I want to take you back for a specific feeling. Growing up, I used to sit in my house and just watch the front door waiting for my parents to come. And when they finally walked through that door, I instantly could feel the shift from the energy. It was heavy. It was pure physical exhaustion. And I remember that I used to look at them and I thought that they were completely possessed. Possessed by their bosses, possessed by their heavy duties, and possessed by the sheer weight of trying to keep the lights on. And definitely they work incredibly hard. They put in long brutal hours, but because of that, there were a lot of days that I was left alone in my house. And there were times when they had to skip family moments because the duty in their work requires. And at the end, I never blamed them. I respect their sacrifice. But after that, I made a vow for myself right there and then. I told myself I would never depend on a corporation. I refused to work for someone who exploits people. I refused to live my creativity because of doing things that I don't like. And I absolutely refused to sacrifice myself or my family for their money. And right now, society tells you that the ultimate goal is a high-paying job. They tell you that if you get the right degree and clock for some hours, you win. But let me tell you something, they are lying to you. Because wealth is not a luxury car. Wealth is a vault, and inside the vault is the only currency that matters. Time. Most people spend 40 years trying to kick the vault front door off with brute force. They work harder, they sleep less, and they take more projects. But they are using the wrong combination. For that, today I'm going to give you the exact sequence to crack the lock. We are going to dismantle the traditional model of trading hours for money. And we are going to build a machine that pays you for results. And to make sure you actually execute this, I built something for you. Down in the description, there is the Workbook 2. It is a real-world tactical plan to build your own future. But it is a log file. So as the topic of the video is a vault, the Workbook is a vault as well. So somewhere in the middle of this video, I'm going to drop the master passcode. You thought this was going to be easy, huh? But no, you have to earn it. And remember that if you skip the video, you will miss the key and you will fail the execution. So lock in, pay attention, and let's assign the tumblers. Tumbler number 1, the broken math. Let's look at the foundational equation that 90% of the world operates on. Income equals your hourly rate multiplied by your time. And it looks clear on paper and it seems to be logical. But it contains a fatal structural flaw. Your time has a hard biological cap of 24 hours per day. Because of that cap, this equation has an unbreakable mathematical ceiling. Let's look at a corporate lawyer or a specialized consultant. They may command over $500 per hour, they drive a nice car, and they wear a designer suit. But let me tell you something, they are still wearing handcuffs. They are just painted gold. And imagine this, if the lawyer gets sick, their revenue drops to zero. If the consultant wants to take off a week for traveling with their kids, their revenue drops to zero. So a high salary doesn't make you free. It just makes your time more expensive. And here the trap is psychological. When you get a traditional salary, it provides a dangerous illusion of safety. It delivers a highly predictive, bi-weekly dopamine hit. And your brain gets trained as a lab animal. You show up for 2 weeks and you get the pellet. You log the hours, you get the cash. And breaking this conditioning is the hardest thing you will ever do. And I am going to be honest with you about where I am right now. I am in trenches of this transition and it is brutally lonely. I spend my days studying for my test and my nights creating standardized systems. I spend my weekends analyzing bottlenecks. I am actively building systems, learning new abilities, and trying to create real value. And let me tell you something, there is a massive psychological friction. When you are building a scalable workflow, you may work intensely for 3 months, and probably you may not see a single dollar. There is no bi-weekly dopamine hit, and the only thing that is left is the uncertainty of the building phase. Once you break that mental conditioning, the both start to give. Now we move to tumbler number 2, the playbook. You must transition from being a laborer to being a system architect. Here are the 3 steel pins of leverage you need to build that machine. Pin 1. The productized service. Instead of billing by the hour for custom, messy projects, you standardize your service into highly predictable workflows. Look at Brett Williams, the founder of a company called Design Joy. Brett used to be a traditional freelancer designer. He billed by the hour, he wrote custom proposals, he sat in countless draining alignment meetings with clients. His income was strictly capped by how many hours he could stay awake. So he completely re-engineered his business architecture. He stopped charging for his time. He created a subscription model. Clients pay a flat monthly fee to create designs. But here is the genius part, the workflow engine. He ruthlessly standardized the operational process. He eliminated all the client meetings. 0. He routed all communication and all the meetings to a single asynchronous Trello board by heavily constraining the inputs, by eliminating the massive drain of time of phone calls and Zoom meetings. He optimized his output. He grew a one-man operation to millions in revenue, and he doesn't track a single hour. He sells the defined outcome, not his afternoon. And listen closely right here because I'm giving you the master key. The passcode to unlock the Workbook 2 in the description is System over Salary. I will say it one more time. No spaces, no caps. System over Salary. Write it down because you will need it in a few minutes. Pin 2. Media and digital assets. Code and media are the ultimate forms of permissionless leverage. If you write a software script, or record a video, or build a digital workbook, it takes you the exact amount of effort if 10 people consume it or 10,000 people consume it. You build the architecture one time, and the distribution scales infinitely at 0 marginal cost. When I am studying automation systems, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I want to build a mechanism once, verify that it solves a real problem, and let it run. And at the end, the machine does the heavy lifting while I am sleeping. Pin 3. Performance-based equity. This means having actual skin in the game. Let's say you build an automation system that handles customer retention on a business. The old way, the elaborate way, is to charge them a flat fee of $2,000 to make it. You get your money and you walk away. But the architect way is different. You go to the business and say, okay, I'm going to build the system for you, but instead of a flat fee, I want 10% of the revenue that this system generates. If your workflow increases their sales by $10,000, you capture a slice of that massive of scale. And it doesn't matter if at the end it took you 10 hours or 10 minutes. You're being paid for the results for being an engineer. The engineer from success and results. And at the end, you are being paid for the results you are making for that enterprise. And with that same equation, with that same formula, you can make a lot of money being the engineer for thousands and millions of enterprises around the world. We have the ultimate tumbler, and the bowl is open. We are at the payoff. And why we are actually doing this? As I told you in the beginning, my parents were absent for me because of the system that controlled them. There were days that I was completely alone, that I was sad, but they care about the duty. But peacefully, they were trying to work to give everything to me. And I am applying this because for the future, I don't want to have the same results with my child. I want to be present for my family. And as I want to be present for my family, I want you to have the same results. And I am doing this because I don't want to repeat the same story. I want in the future to be present for my family, to be present for my kids, to be present for my wife. I'm doing this so I have never have to see my child face and tell them that I have to be with my boys and resolve problems and mistakes and everything in my company. And that is what buying your future actually means. And it is not about the money. The money is just a tool in the world. A tool that amplifies you for your personality. If you are good, you will spread happiness, you will express love with your money. And if you are bad, you will probably spread negativity and bad feelings in the world. It is about sovereignty, to control your calendar, to control your time, to to control your free spaces. But you have to take something in account, that watching this video doesn't make anything. Passive consumption is the enemy of progress. So if you have the master key now, I need you to go to the description, download the workbook 2, and start executing with the key that I told you before. Inside that workbook is a practical step-by-step framework that will audit your current skills, and it will force you to identify where you're trading money for time. And it will give you the exact blueprint to start productizing this week. So don't wait until tomorrow, don't let the momentum die. And I am in trenches doing the exact same work alongside you. So we're building the escape route right now. Take the key, open the vault, and I will see you in the next chapter.